importing data from different files, maybe Excel, CSV, text file, or from fetching from the servers. And yesterday we discussed about format and informats. Again, like informats for reading the data and format for writing the data. So today I am discussing with the functions. Okay. So we have different types of functions. Some of them is belongs to character, some of them belongs to numeric, some of them belongs to related to dates. Okay, so I'm going to start. Okay, the first one is I'm starting from character functions. First one is the upcase. As from the name specify, you can just write that it convert into uppercase. Okay, so first thing is that you can say that one variable is there, which is Shahrukh and Khan. So using upcase and just specify the variable name, it will convert into uppercase. So when you run this one, now it's coming in the uppercase. The same thing is lowercase, convert all the characters in an argument to lowercase. So here Amir Khan is there, which is a capital. When you run this one, like Amir and Khan, which is coming in the lowercase. Yeah. Now the important one is a compress. Okay, so compress removes special characters from your character string. Okay, so here you can see about that. I have this data set is there. Raj at the rate of Rajesh underscore Ram dollar and Geeta. So if I have to remove dollar at the rate of underscore, then I can use a compress. The syntax for compress is that first thing is that you have to specify the variable name. Okay, and in quotation mark you have to specify the characters which you want to remove from your character string. And another thing is that compress is a character, so your variable should be character data type. Uh, don't confuse the set, I will take it later this one. So here you can see that at the rate is gone, underscore is gone, at the rate but hyphen is there because I did not take an hyphen in my compress function. So now it's fine. So compress is removing special characters from your character variable. Okay, so it can be anything. If you want to specify any character, just like if you want to specify removing A, then it will remove the A also. So you can say from Geeta, A is not coming. From Ram, A and dollar both are removed. Both have been removed. The same thing with the Rajesh and same thing with the Raj. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Substia is a very important one. It's just equivalent to mid function in Excel. Okay, as the name specifies, substr means substring. So you select a substring from your character expression. Syntax is similar, substr, your variable name, then your starting length and total characters. The first thing is that the starting length, it means just like you have this variable Gaurav. So this is the length of this is n6. Okay. So if you will take this one, so starting length, if you assume that you are starting from the 3, so you are fetching data from the U. Okay, and total character will tell you that after U how many characters you wanna fetch from your name. So if you mention the total character as a 2, then it will take UR. So here you can say that I have 2 state name is there. One is Rajasthan, second is Karnataka. I am taking the 3. So my starting point is 3. So it start from the J, and from here it will start from the R, and it has to select 4 characters. So for first one it will take JAST, and for Karnataka session it will start from the R and it will take RNAT. So substr and is a similar to mid function in our Excel. So you can see about that. Name is Rajasthan, but F name is GST and RNAT. So any doubt, or you can move ahead.
Can you please explain the last function, substr?
Yeah. Yeah, just print. Yeah. Basically, substr, I already told you, it's just similar to mid function in Excel. Okay. So basically, I assume that you have this. Your value is, again, if you want, I can take Rajasthan. Okay. And this the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So when you mention the starting length 3, Then it will start from J. If you mention is a 6, then it start from the T. Okay, so it just specify from where you have to start. Okay, and total character. So after your starting point, how many characters you want to fetch? Okay, so if you say about there is a 2, then it will just select T and H. It means 6 and 7. If you mention as a 3, then it will take THA. And 4, then it will take N. So same thing here.
Okay.
So basically, sub-str is very important when your data is fixed. Fixed means like you can say about your telephone number. Okay, so where you assume that your 10 digits means you have a data of around 20 digits where each and everything is a fixed one, and you know about from your 11 to 20 is your telephone number. So you have to just fetch telephone number, then you can use the sub-str. Because in this case it doesn't relevant look any relevant here, because it's just taking some of the character which is does not make any sense. But things are that when you have fixed values like 1 to 10 is your name, then 2 20 is your telephone number. So if you have to fetch name, then you can take 1 to 10. If you have to fetch a telephone number, then you can take 11 to 20. So then it then sub-str make sense. Okay, so I'm moving to next point. Scan. So basically, sub-str fetch the data or select a substring based on your starting point and number of characters. Okay, scan also does the same thing. Okay, but it selects a substring based on a character expression. Okay, so assume that your data is coming like this one. Amit at the rate of Kumar at the rate of ABC at the rate of A. Okay, so if you want, we can make it as just like this a comma. So basically the syntax of scan is, so basically scan your string, character position and your character. On which basis you wanna select a substring. So basically here you can see I am using special character as a comma to fetch a substring. Okay, so my first is taking is a Amit is my first name, this is my middle name, and this is my last name. Make it as something significant. Okay. So basically here you can say the first name, middle name, and the last name. And the fourth one is your X name, or it can be any other. So here, this is the first, second, and third point. Here 1, 2, and again 3. So when you are using the position of a special character, it is specify 1. It will take from starting to this one. So assume that like Amit Kumar Verma, I make it as any other name A. So here this position is 1, 2, this is 3. It can be more than also. So if you specifying 1, okay, and then your special character on which basis you have to fetch the substring, it will take this one Amit. Okay, if you specify that 2, it will take from, because it will specify as a 0. So from specify 1, it means it will take the value between 0 to 1. If you specify 2, then it will take 1 to 2. If you specify 3, it will take 2 to 3, and the last one you will consider as a 4. So if you specify 4, then it will take between 3 to 4. Okay. So in this case, it is also fetching a substring, but you see, it is fetching substring based on a special character. So in this case, my special character is comma, so which can be anything. It depends on your requirement. So here if I run this one, so 1 minute. So Ajit Kumar Verma and B, Amit Kumar Sharma A. For this two, there is no values is coming as a blank. Okay. So I will just give you one of the best example of scan function is there, which we generally use and we ask in the interview question also. Like if I have a name contain the first name and the last name. Okay, how to make it as a separately. Okay, just like that. Assume that I have a date like this one. Ram Sharma, which contain the first and the last name. If I have to fetch first name and the last name from this data, then how can we make it? Then scan is the function which will do your job. So here if you again data, you can take any variable name. I'm taking as ABC. Your first name, it will be scan name 1, and in this case your special character is the space. You can see Ram Sharma, Gaurav Jain, Rajesh Kumar. This is one of the real example where you are fetching your first name and the last name from your existing data. Okay. So any question on the scan, or we are good? Okay, so we are moving to the next one. So in this case, again, I am using a scan function. Okay, but in this case, I am moving from left to right. Okay, but if you have to move in the reverse case, right to left, then you can use the minus sign. Let's assume that if your data like this one, again, I am taking this, again, the same example, Amit Kumar. Zero, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay, so just 1 minute. Okay, so in this case, if you have to fetch substring from right to left side, then you can use minus position. So it will just scan from right to left. So in this case, your first name will consider as A. Okay, the last name will consider as ABC. The X name will consider Kumar. Okay, so when you run this one, you're able to see it. So now A is containing this value, ABC, this one, and Kumar is coming here. Here is a B, then D, F, G, H, I, Kumar, C, Mattu and Sunil, G, H, Mattu and Sushil. Okay, so when you have to fetch left to right, then you can use a positive number, and if you have to fetch from right to left, then you can use the negative numbers. Other syntax are same. Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Sub-str and scan, they are very important one. For practical side also, and interview we also ask this question that what is the difference between sub-str and scan. So sub-str, they both used to fetch a substring, but Sub-str fetch the substring based on the position, based on my starting position, and scan fetch the substring based on my position of my special character. Okay, so now I'm moving to the next one. Is a comb bell. It's a straight simple. Basically, just remove the multiple blanks from your string and convert it into a single blank. Okay, cat function used to concatenates two character strings. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Is a cat s. Basically, it concatenates your character strings, but it removes the leading and trailing blanks. The same syntax. You have to specify your first variable name, second variable name. It can be more than two variables also. Okay. And the third one is the cat x. Cat x is similar to cat and cat s, but things are that it just insert a special character between your variables. So if you just run this one, now Amir Khan is just making a special character at the rate of. Okay, length basically is nothing. It just returns the length of your character string. Okay, so this is for 18, this is 11, this is 12, and this is 1. Now I'm coming to the next one. So I'm just giving you 2 minutes of break. Okay, so you can just go through your all the character functions. Then I'm moving to the numeric one. So if you have any doubt, you can just let me know. Okay, so there is any problem, or you can go to the next one. Okay, fine. So I'm assuming that we are good. So I'm using some of the numeric function just usually we use, like sum, max, mean, and average, and we can use some other functions just like standard deviation. So basically here we are using the sum. Okay, so I'm just giving a small difference between sum and some function and the operator. Okay, the sum is simple, is just return the sum of the non-missing arguments. Okay, so here I written on a statement that avoid plus operator for some operation. So basically why? Because what happens, like if you see here, okay, like 4 9 3 8 and some, here 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 8 plus dot, and I already told you that dot mention missing value. So basically when you are using missing value in your sum function, then it avoids it and it will take some of only non-missing arguments. But when you are using plus operator, okay, where one of your values are missing, okay, just like here, then it returns missing value. So x3 will give the missing value. So when I run this one, you can see that x1 is 24, x2 is 24, but x3 is a dot. Dot is a missing value. Why? Because x3 is using plus operator, and when you are using plus operator and any one of the values is a missing, then your output will be a missing value. So when you're working with the real-time scenario, then you have to do any summation or any other mathematical operation, always use functions, never use operators. Because operators, if any of the operators faces any missing value, then your output goes to the missing value. And when you're working with a big data, you are not able to figure it out. Your output can be biased and it can be wrong. Okay, so that's reason, because for the non-missing values for x3 and x2, both will give the same results, but the problem comes when your data contains some missing values. Okay, so I'm just moving to the next one. Is a min, return the smallest value minimum. Okay, it's just like minimum, and then you specify your numbers, and instead of the numbers, if you want, you can specify the variable names also. So basically here I was gonna explain it that how to use it. That's the reason I'm using the numbers. It's quite straightforward. Here is a 4, here is 2, here is -3, here is 0. And reverse is max, where it returns the maximum value. Eight 613. Mean, you take the average. So remember one thing is that when you are using functions, is always consider only the non-missing values. So in this case, if you look out, that you will say that my two of the values is missing. So it will not treat missing value as a 0. It will not consider for the analysis. So here it will consider only 2 and 6. So average of 2 plus 6 divided by 2 is 4. So that's one of the reason we always prefer functions rather than operators. Okay, and squared, it return the square root of a value. like here 6 and I'm getting some value for the y. I which is self-explanatory. Okay, now I'm moving to the next one. Okay, so which is some of the important one is there, date and time function. So one is a day which returns the day of the month from a SAS date value. Okay, I already told you that we use the D and the quotation marks when you are using as a date constant. Yesterday I think we covered this point. A simple day and your variable name. So this is the day is for 5th. So 5 is coming here. Same thing with the month. Returns the month number, month, and your variable name. Now it is July, so it's coming the 7th. Same thing with the year. It gives the year. It's 1997. And same thing for the minute, hour. Hello. So now I'm audible. Are you able to hear me? Okay, fine. So here it's just fetching minutes. Here hour. And here is just fetching quarter. So here we are using the December, so it will just give you the 4th quarter. So y value will be 4. Okay. And MDY, which is very important one. MDY, what it does as the name specifies month, day and year. So like by default you have 3 values which is coming from the different side. Then first you can specify month, MDY, month, comma, day, comma, year. So now the value is coming like 27 August 1990. So now I am taking the most two important functions which you generally use in the practical and maybe sometimes in the interview side also. Int nx and the int ck. Okay, these are the very important one. Okay, int nx, it means increment or decrement in date. So it can be in the any format, maybe for the year, maybe for the month, maybe for the day, maybe for the week. Okay, the simple funda is that syntax of the int nx is int nx then you have to specify like you have for year or maybe it's for the month. At a time you can do it only for the one, either year or either month, either day. Or quarter or week. Okay, comma, then you specify your variable name, and then increment and the decrement. So positive or positive number, then it means you are increasing, and the negative number, it means you are decreasing. Okay, so assume that here, and the fourth one is your identifier, the fourth one is very important one. This is a special identifier, which is S, E and B. Okay, so here you can see my date is 20 December 94. Okay, so I am using for the first thing I am making is a commenting on this days 3. So here you can see about that there is an increment in the year, but things are there is a no, you can see now is the date has been changed. Okay, the date is 20 December 1994 when you increase 2 in yearly, but now the dates is going to be started from 01 Jan 1996. Okay, so basically which is identically is a wrong. Okay, so basically what happens, like if you are doing, if you are increasing in the year, it always take the starting point. It will do an increment or decrement in your year, but the rest of the month and the day, it will take your starting one. So now I replace with 01 Jan. Okay, if instead of that if you use month, so you can say again is now first Feb. Okay, identically it should be 20 Feb. Okay, so how to avoid this problem, that if I have increment in the month or year, then it should take the same date. The year I assume that it should be like 20, or because here is the month, so it should be 25 1995. So for this we have to use a special identifier. So I have to use S. S will tell you the same. So now you can see the 20 and 20. Okay, if you want you can change with the year, you can make it as a year. Like 20 December 1994 and 20 December 1996. This is very important one. Your special identifier will change your result. You should be aware of it. S denotes same. Okay, so by default basically it takes as a B. B is a beginning. If I use this one again, I will get this value. And the next one is your E, which is your end. it taken 31st December 1996. So basically, if you are looking for the first date, you can use B, which is your by default identifier. If you are looking for the same date, then you can use S. If you are looking for the end date, then you can use as a E identifier. So if you are looking for the decrement, then you can use the negative values. Okay, yeah, some things missing here. Okay, fine. So you can see the difference. Okay, so this is the minus and I use the S, so it's taking the same one. Here I did not use any identifier, so by default taken as a B, so beginning is coming. Here end is coming, and here I have done some decrement in the month, and I use the E specifier, so it's taking same for A and A, so it's taking A value. So any doubt on this in 10x? This is very important one. So if you want to increment and decrement in the days, then you can use the day. Okay, I am moving to the next one, which is int ck. So int ck is nothing. It means difference between two dates. Okay, so int can be in the form of the year, in the form of the month, day, week, quarter. Okay, so yes, simple format is there, int ck. Then you have to specify in which format you want. A difference, it should be in the year or month or the day. Then you have to specify your first variable, then you have to specify your second variable. It will be x minus y. Okay, first variable minus second variable. These are two dates. So here there is no year difference, month. I told it will be x minus y, so there is a difference between minus 8 and the date difference is 252. I use the y minus x here. So it will be y minus x. So April minus December. Okay, so this is the one of the most important one. Int nx for the increment and the decrement in your dates, and int ck difference between two dates. Any doubt? Okay, fine. So I'm assuming that we are good. Okay, so I'm moving to the next topic. Any doubt or any question, then you can ask me. So basically, I'm not telling you these are the only functions in the SAS. Basically, there are a lot of functions are there, but I try my best to cover the main functions which you generally use. Okay. So I'm assuming that we are good. So I'm just moving to the next slide. Next topic. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so I'm moving to the next topic. And next topic is a set statement. Basically, in the till now we are just working on the existing data set. Just like that, we are creating data set from our own side. But what happen, like if we have existing data set, we have already a defined data set, and we have to do some modification in the existing data set. Then we use set statement. Okay, so assume that you have already created one variable. This is data product, which contains three variables: product ID, which is character, so I use the dollar sign here, and number of products sold and the price per unit. So this is my existing data set. Now I have to do some modification in my existing data set. Okay, so basically, so first what I have to do it, for this I have to use the set statement. Okay, so first I have to write data and new dataset name, set existing dataset name, and then your modification, and then your run. Okay, so here you can say that I'm creating a new variable which is a total sale. Set my existing dataset name, which is product. So basically what I am doing it, I am just creating a new variable which is sale, and sale is what is a multiplication of the number of products sold multiplied with the price per unit. So now I have four variables. So the sale, which I generated from the multiplication of the number of products sold to the price per unit. Okay, and these three variables I got it from my product, which is my existing data set. So set is a very important one. Okay, so I'm moving to the next topic again. So here I'm creating two variables. The first one is the therapy 2009. Okay. The second one is therapy 2010. So set statement also used to concatenate two data sets. Okay, in a horizontal way. So if you have to just concatenate these two data sets, then you have to specify your data, new dataset name, set your first dataset and your second dataset, and then run. It will just append or concatenate your both datasets. So here you can see I get two datasets, one is therapy 2009, second is therapy 2010. It will just add both. So first 12 is containing 2009 data, then it's containing 2010 data. So when you are concatenating or you are appending two data set, you should be aware of that your variable name should be same. Okay, so assume that this variable name is different. This is swim, I'm just making it like ABC. Okay, so now when I just try to concatenate these two, you can see the difference. First is 2009 data, second is the 2010 data, and this is the content. You can see about it. ABC does not exist in your first 2009 data, so it's coming as a blank. Okay, so missing value because ABC is your numeric, so it's coming the dot, and swim does not exist in your 2010 data, so it's coming here dot. Okay, so I'm just repeating this one again. So basically, there is another use of set statement is what? Append or concatenate two data sets. Okay, so in this case, I have first variable is the therapy 2009, second is the therapy 2010. Okay, so if you want, we can take the first example also, like product and the sale. So assume that your product takes only three variables: ID, number of products sold, and the price per unit. The second data is total sale, contains four data: product ID, number of products sold, price per unit. If you add a concatenate, then you can see data, new data set name. It can be, I'm assuming that it can be anything. I'm making it the new data. Set So you can see sale does not exist in your first data set, so it's coming as a blank. So it's taking the missing value. So I already told you that the missing value for the numeric is represented by a dot. So here it gives some value, so it's append it. Okay. So when you are just appending or concatenating two data sets, you should be aware of that your variable name should be same. So in this case, when I am taking your example in the down, like therapy. Okay, so here you can see the variable name is year, month, air class, walk, jog, run, and swim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables. Here also I have 5 variables. Year, month, year, class, walk, jog, run, and here the swim I replace with the ABC. So basically, if identically it should be swim. Okay, if I make it a swim, then should be the new variable will also contain 5 variables because all the variables are same. So when I will try to run this one, and concurrent here you can see SAT therapy 2009, therapy 2010. This is 2009 data and this is 10 data and this is the 2009 and 10 data. So variable names are same. So there is a proper order. Okay. But things are that assume that your variable names are going to differ. Make it a swim. Here you just change the swim 1. Now the 4 variables are same but swim and swim 1 the both are different. So when you try to run this one, the first one is containing 5, second is containing 5, but here it will contain the 6 variable. One is for the swim, second swim 1. So your first 2009 data does not contain this variable, so it is showing is a missing value. 2010 data doesn't contain the swim, it is carrying the missing value, but still it will not give you any error, it will calculate your data. Okay. So when you are appending two data sets, because why this is an important one. So basically what I will like, I will take a real example, just like that you have a yearly sales data. Okay. And basically like you have 12 months of data. Now someone will ask you that I want a yearly data. So that you have to append that 12 times. Okay, using the set statement, set in like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, you can just write it. So it will append all the data in a single shot. And you can get a yearly data or maybe in the same site. So because in this case, your variable name should be same and type like it cannot be like this one, like one can contain the numeric and other contains the character. Your type of the variable should also same. Okay, along with length, like all the properties of a one variable to another variable should be same, just like name, length, character type, sorry, data type, format and the informat. Otherwise it will give you some different results. It will consider the same variable as a two variables and you are not able to append it properly. It's a very important one. Generally we use too much set statement. First one for modification for existing data set. Second one concatenating more than two data sets. Okay, so just go through it. Okay, fine. So now we are moving to the next topic is merge. Okay. So merge means we are merging two data sets. So basically, a merge, it means we are appending data on the vertical side. The based on the common variable exists between our two data sets. Okay, so I'm just I have one variable, one data set is the employee, which I'm generating right now. So it is containing three variables: employee ID, age, and gender. Okay, and I have another data set which contains department. Okay, so it contains the employee ID, department ID, and the department name. So now I have to merge these two tables. Okay, so I'm just running it together so at least you can see. Okay, so here you can see that I have two tables: employee ID, age and gender, employee ID, department A, department name. So now I have to merge, or I have to join these two tables, and so how can I make it? So basically, when you are working on the merge, there should be a common variable between your data sets. So in this case, you can see about that the common variable is my employee ID. Okay, so remember one thing is that when you're working on the common variable, again all the properties of your common variable should be same. Property, it means character, sorry, data type, length, format, informat, and the name. Okay, so when you're merging to data set, you have to just write that data, new data set name, merge, which is your keyword, then your first data set, second data set, then you specify by again is your keyword, and then you specify the common variable. It's not like that there is only a single variable, it can be more than two. Okay, and then run. Okay, so I think you already had seen that here. First one is your employee table, second one is your department table. Okay, so I'm merging these two tables. So data, new data set is both. First table name is employee, second table name is the department, and the common variable is employee ID. So I will run this one. So you can see it's coming like this one. Okay, let me just run all of them together. So merge is also a very important topic here. Okay, so here you can say that this is the 6 variables. Okay, here is a 4. So first it will take all the employee ID. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7. Okay, so here you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7 from here, and 8 is coming from here. Okay, so for this 6 I have these 3 values: age, gender. Okay, for 1008 we don't have age and gender because 1008 is coming from my department. So for it I have only 2 details: department ID and department name, which is coming in here. So now the rest of the data which is common between these two, the employee IDs, like 1001 is a common, so it will like 22M. For this one is a 21 computer, so I'm getting all the values for him. Same thing for the 1002 also. Okay, and 1004. So in this way I am just appending data on vertical level. Okay, so set, append or concatenate your data at horizontal level, merge, append or concatenate your data at vertical level based on the common variable. So merge is a very important topic here. Okay, so I'm just giving 2 minutes, just go through it. If you have any query or anything, then you can just go through it. Hello. So, any doubt or any question? Okay, fine. I think we are good. Okay, so I'm going to stop it here. We will continue merge tomorrow. So, anyone has any doubt or any question, they can reach out to me. I already shared my mail ID and my phone number. Okay. Good night.